What up, girl?
Welcome back. It's Covered Dish Night, the show where we cook it up and eat it.
Don't make that tagline happen. Girl, I was Alaska.
Oh, girl, you know what? My family might be watching, so I don't want to be too candid. But we made our own fun sometimes. I had a place really close by, so I could just like kind of take it easy and be on my own for a while if I needed the space. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: Alaska is best appreciated by those with a penchant for outdoor activities, and I am an indoor child. So it's rough, frankly. I mean, I went out I mean, you saw my Instagram. I went out into the wilderness with like combat boot heels and a black dress with bright red flames and costume jewelry. And my sister's partner is very sweet. He was like, "Do you ever like does it ever bother you that people sort of like, look at you a certain way?" And I was like, "I'm in costume jewelry. I put this on for a reason." Like,
Right, like I would actually be extremely frustrated if no one was looking at me.
I would. You know me. I would be like, what is wrong with them? Did you notice? Like, well, what were they staring? No, they weren't staring. How dare
And
they?
frankly, I'm offended.
Yeah. Oh my God. Girl,
That
how
is
was
so funny.
how was New York? How was the Big Apple?
It was great. Oh my God. I ate so many things. I ate
Mm.
so many things. Korean, Spanish, French. I guess that's it. Italian. Anyways,
No, it sounds great. It sounds fantastic.
I love New York because it's the biggest difference between like most frustrating part about Florida is like you have to work so hard to not find a chain restaurant. Like you have to work so fucking hard. Like you'll
Yeah.
go to the restaurant and you're like, oh my god, this is a cute little bistro, blah blah. You're like, damn it, it's owned by Applebee's. Like it's just fucking like
Yeah. Oh my God. It's called the Apple Bistro.
yes. Oh my god, I wish I thought of that, but I didn't. Oh, so yeah. So it's just like so fun to go to so many little like local-ish spots.
Yeah.
It was so good. Oh my god, the
Where there's
sushi
still
was
some
amazing.
flavor and some character, humanity.
Yeah, and like just a little bit of just like enough cockroaches. Just enough cockroaches.
For flavor, just for flavor.
Yes, yes, yes.
What's kind of
Um,
you called me and were like, "How's Anchorage?" And I was like, honestly, it's kind of like if Morse Road extended on forever.
oh wow, that's an abysmal image.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but surrounded by mountains, so it's like very scenic. It's a scenic Morse Road, whereas in Columbus it's just like flat land. But then we drove down to the southern Kenai Peninsula. That was very cute. There's like little diners and like you can go to the beach and like pick some rocks up and add it to your witchy rock collection. Not saying that we all have one of those, but some of us
I
do.
mean, the Venn diagram of people who have witchy rock collections and fans of the dish is a perfect circle, and that perfect circle is Joseph.
I was hoping you were gonna say Joseph. We all knew, frankly. Um,
We all knew.
we all knew. So
Girl, what are we talking about tonight?
we are talking about effort, or as the French would say,
Oh,
faites un effort.
well, bless you. What was it?
Faites un effort, which means make an effort.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. It's a very
I made
polite
no
way of
effort.
saying step your pussy up because this ain't cutting it.
I
Oh,
made no effort tonight. I'm in a hoodie.
girl, I love it. You know what? In the realm of what I like to deem your style as militant executive, I think this is squarely within the wheelhouse. I think
Oh
you
my
do.
God, militant executive is my.
It is militant executive, and you know what? What the militant is the hoodie, and the executive is the gold hoops. So
Well, yeah, girl. I mean, I'm not a monster. I'm still gonna be in gold hoops.
I'm gonna put on jewelry. What do you think this is? Jesus. Oh, girl. Well, I'm very excited because I am still jet lagged, but I'm on the path to recovery because I got a lot of sleep last night.
Good for
So
you.
I still have a lingering sense of temporal dysphoria, and I got it. But I got enough sleep that I can make up terms like temporal dysphoria. So,
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
well, like body dysphoria is when you feel at odds with your own, like, your physical being, and temporal
Hmm.
dysphoria is my sense that it's 4 hours earlier than it actually is.
Oh my God. Well, you were there for a minute.
Yeah, but like long enough to start adjusting, but not long enough to actually adjust before I flew back.
not quite a girl, not yet a woman. You know what I mean?
I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh my god, that's like the early stage of your transition if you're femme, when you're just like, I'm gonna go to Claire's and wear everything that I was denied in my childhood.
Shut up. Do you have a headband and a choker and some stud earrings?
Yes, because I want 15 of them.
Each. Everything you got.
I shopped for jewelry at Icing.
Oh,
At
girl,
the
I
mall.
shopped for jewelry at Icing.
Oh, well.
Well, I was 14.
Oh, shopped. I thought you said you shopped for jewelry at Icing. I was like, what are they selling? Polo Ralph Lauren at Icing now?
Oh, girl, no. No.
Yeah.
No, when I was 14.
Well, okay.
Icing was the bomb.com.
That was where I forgot my first burlesque costume jewelry set with like a nice little like clear rhinestone necklace set, a wedding set. You know the kind. Oh, yeah.
I bet you were the prettiest. I bet you were the prettiest.
Well, thank you. Speaking of effort and being the prettiest, how do you like this top? This is like this is an elastic crop top that I think is giving you Midwestern gender confusion, because it's like a men's button-down shirt, but it's like a pot holder print.
Yes.
And bishop
I thought
sleeves.
it was a dress.
It's just a top tonight. So like effort but not too much. It has a nice little elastic hem.
Oh, wow. That is not what I expected.
Yeah, it's a little elastic hem, and it has bishop sleeves with little elastic cuffs. And I don't know what it's giving you, but I think it's like from the cast of Roseanne.
Where did you even get that?
I got this from Ishakti. Where do you even have to ask? I got it where I get all my clothes.
Let's take an Amish quilt and make it sexy, but only here. Like everything else about it is not sexy.
But the crop makes it sexy.
But you make it sexy. No,
Thank
you
you.
make it sexy.
It's really good for shimmying, because you know about sweater meat? Girl, do you know about sweater meat?
I do.
Okay, so sweater meat is this sort of like this 80s gentleman's magazine thing, where actually I'm wrong about that. It originated in like the 50s with bullet bras, but it's the shape of a bosom inside of a knit sweater. And they called it sweater meat, which is, I think we can agree, the most disgusting thing. But it's sort of like the you can see, like, it leaves a little bit to the imagination, but you can see the contour of a breast.
What the fuck?
I know. Humanity's doomed. But it is a funny term.
I know it is. Actually, I wish that we had known that. I would have named the dish that.
Sweater meat? Sweater meat's what we're cooking up for you tonight, baby.
Yeah. Oh my God, hilarious. So,
yeah.
I actually really love effort, and I love that you brought up this topic. Is that a Coke Zero?
It's the men's version of Diet Coke. Do you know this was originally marketed to young men because they didn't want to sell Diet Coke to men? Which I think is perfectly in line with my whole situation, what I'm going on tonight. Very confused. Anyway, you were saying about effort.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, girl. When is effort worth it? Let's start with an open-ended question. When is effort worth it? How do you know? What does it look like?
I am like pretty much like I freeze in relationships and friendships when I feel like I'm like not giving enough. I'm like, well then fuck it. So like for me, like
I just rage quit. You're like, I'm done.
Exactly. I think effort, as I've grown up and into myself, right? I try to zoom out to the overall, like, are we in the red or are we in the black?
Yeah. Yeah,
because, right?
I was kind of thinking about it when I was thinking about this topic. I was like, it's a little bit like the stock market, because the price of effort fluctuates. And it depends on a lot of things, right? It's like, how much do I have going on this week? How much do I have going on generally? How busy am I? Like, how valuable is my spare time? Am I getting a return on my investment? This is a very financial heavy metaphor episode. But like, You know what I mean? If you're going to expend
Yeah,
the
but like
effort.
we're valuable.
Yeah.
So this makes sense.
Yeah, and when I was younger, the price of my effort was very low
Mm.
for a lot of different reasons. A low sense of self-worth, looking desperately for love in all the wrong places, fear of intimacy, but like wanting connection. Like,
Right.
you know when you have a need of intimacy, but you have a fear of intimacy? That's dark-sided.
Yeah.
That is dark-sided.
Yeah, but I feel like that's your 20s. That's
Mm-mm.
my 20s. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just your 20s.
Absolutely, that's what it is.
Yeah. That is fascinating. No, I think you're absolutely right. And like, so I had a friend text me Sunday and she was like, "Hey, let me know if you can catch up." And I was like, honestly, like I'm on a 4 hour delay in LaGuardia. When I was younger, I would have done all my calls. I'd be like, I'm gonna get all my calls done. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call my mom. I'm gonna call my dad. I'm gonna call Eileen. I'm gonna call everyone. And I sat there and watched like trash TV and started the Elliot Page memoir I bought in the Village. And I was like, you know what I mean? I was just like,
Fabulous.
I don't like
Yeah.
I do have time, but I don't have energy. Right?
I have
And
time,
before
but I don't have energy. I love that. Well, it's kind of like Katya has this like hilarious rant about free time. It's like, what do you want my time for? It's free. It's not given away. That's what I love about it.
right. But it's like before when I was younger, time and energy were synonymous. So if I had free time, I obviously had the energy to do something.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay, I have the time. Hold on.
Which means I'm going to be rose pedaling myself in the bath.
Right. Like, do I have the energy?
Yeah. And the answer is
I'm going to be
frequently
taking
no.
this men's shirt and turning it into a crop top.
Yeah. This does look like a very homemade garment, but it's not. You know what I appreciate about it is that the pattern is perfectly aligned in the center. That's the attention to detail that I've come to expect from unsponsored promotion eshakti.com/Eileen Galvin, which is not a real promotion code. I'm so sorry. But it should be, and they've never responded to my emails, and I'm furious, but not furious enough to stop being their customer.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere, girl.
What am I going to do? Buy from someone else?
But I think that's an interesting metaphor to like the price and the cost and the fluctuation because, I don't know. I think it's really difficult. And I did something kind of crazy in New York because I tried to make 2 new friends. And I don't even know if they watch this show. But there were 2 people. I know you're devastated.
No, I'm just like, because it's so difficult to make like lasting friendships while traveling. Were these mutuals with Ben, or were they people you didn't know at all?
No, so I knew one of them from a previous role like 8 years ago.
Okay.
And the other one I met on vacation last February in Jamaica.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. At the same resort we were at for my wedding. So, but the other one like was amazing because we haven't seen each other in like 6 years and she has a baby and brought the baby and I hung out with the baby and it was like whatever, we had coffee, it was great and it was nice. And then I had the other guy, it was really nice and we talked about the law, he's a lawyer, and like it was just like, oh my God. And I left and I was so jazzed and I was like, I'm making friends. And I'm like, why am I 6? Because my energy is the effort to connect is so difficult.
Yes, it is. And friends close friends require a lot of maintenance. And so it's difficult when you're in the early stages of a friendship. I really think that as you get older, it continually gets harder to make and keep friendships. Because it's just like, I'm tired. When I was in Alaska, not only was I jet lagged, but also like the sun stays up until 12:30 a.m., which is nuts in the summer. So unless you have light blocking curtains, you can't sleep. And the first 2 nights I was there, I didn't want to do anything. I was like, oh, 9 p.m., I'm going to bed.
Right.
Now, again, jet lag is a factor because 9 p.m. Alaska is 1 a.m. Columbus.
Right.
So that's late. But also, there were certain times where sometimes when I go on vacation, I'm not very scheduled or I'm by myself. I will have this sort of like panic, this internal panic that I need to make the most out of my vacation. It's sort of it's like fear of missing out mixed with fear of better options. Like, you know, when you're
Mhm.
looking through possible things to do and you're just like, but what if I choose the wrong thing? What if I
Yeah.
don't have a good enough
I mean,
time and I waste my vacation? And this time I was like, I'm going to walk around Anchorage and scan plants on my phone. That's what I did. And I think we succeeded. And then I ended up at that dive bar and I sent you the picture of the guy that said, I heart titties and beer. And I was like, I've
I
made
really
it.
liked him. I
Yeah.
really liked him. You know why I love that girl? I love that you said that because I think there's this immense, right? Like there's this immense need to be so fucking productive in relationship as well. Like one of the things, earmuffs, cover your ears. One of the ways I learned about like forgiveness and effort in friendship was with Miss Eileen Galvin, one Ms. Eileen Galvin, attorney at law. And let me tell you how.
Esquire.
So when we started a little video cast 2.5 years ago,
Yep. 2 years and 7 months.
Jesus.
Yeah, I
The
know.
dish. The covered dish.
Le dish.
I remember we had delineated roles and it was like, you're gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And we were a fair amount in, and I was just like, girl, I have nothing. Like this week. I have nothing, like figure it out. I can't talk on Sunday. Like, I don't know, just whatever. I had nothing left, right? I had nothing. And you were just like, I got you. And I think it was this like, I released myself from the burden of the cycle of disappointing you, right? Then making up something in my head and being mad at you about it so I could be like, well, forget it. And you just
That's never happened. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Like you just didn't give me like the ammo for my, you know, beakers, which is what I call like when my like the beaker from the Muppets.
Oh, I was picturing graduated cylinders. I was going Erlenmeyer flasks. I was going high school biology. She's like, you see what I have to work with? Oh.
Beaker, the little nugget.
Yes.
Right? That's my beaker. And he just like has a piece of paper and then the last
I'm literally sweating. I'm laughing so hard.
Was it my beaker impression?
Yes. Yes.
That's my brain. That's my brain. Like on when I disappoint someone, I'm just like I'm on what? Sometimes I apologize to people even when I haven't disappointed them yet. I will.
I know that feeling. For me, it's like when I unwittingly perpetrate a microaggression. Or not unwittingly, but like, you know, like I inadvertently, that's the word. When I inadvertently do a microaggression and then I realize that I've done it and I'm like, oh shit. I'm part of the problem.
I saw a term today that's a micro insult, and I'm like, stop, just use the term. People are so sensitive, you can't even use the word microaggression because the word aggressive.
Right. And maybe an insult is just an insult.
But it's a micro insult. It's a little.
It's a little canapé.
It's for Juno because he's so little.
Juno. Oh, girl, you said something really interesting that I wanted to dig into. Oh, it was it was about cover dish and the effort and all of that stuff. And you know, the thing is, like, I realized at a certain point, and it was around that time where we were figuring out what's the cadence of our meeting, like what's our process for getting an episode together. And I realized at some point I'm gonna start having those days because our schedules were starting to fill up.
Right.
Naturally, when
we
you
were
do
coming
something
out of the
for
pandemic.
a while, yeah, we were coming out of the pandemic, absolutely. And I think with any project, as you kind of get it down to a science, excuse me, and you start figuring out what's essential and what's not essential, but like it just evolves naturally. And I was like, I'm gonna just need to be like, hey, it's gonna be what it is, and we will do it, and we don't have to prepare as much as we think we have to prepare. And I surely have been in that situation before where I'm like, girl, I have no time. Like, I don't know what the topic is. I don't know what we used to write all of the promo together, Remember that?
Oh, remember those were the good old days. No, but I think it's also the relief of like when you can't make it or I can't make it to something. I don't know. When I was younger, even effort when it comes to like social events, right,
Mm-hmm.
and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. When we were younger, it was like, oh well, you better be there. It's my birthday, and now it's like, fucking make it if you can.
Make it if you can, and it's fine. Like
Like,
I'll miss you, but there's no like hard feelings, you know?
right, right. And I think like when we escalate it, and we're talking about like effort in romantic relationships,
Mm-hmm.
I think that effort is different. And effort, is about, to your point, you know, where the person falls in your life. Because when you're talking about romantic partnerships and relationships, there is sometimes another level of effort, right? That has to come into play. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to make you feel sexy today. If I do, Eileen, it's a win. But
Make me
it's not
feel
a much,
sexy
right?
today?
Well,
Oh,
I mean, I
girl.
always make you feel sexy.
You
You know
always
what I
make me feel
mean? Like,
sexy, yeah.
oh, girl, well, it's because you're wearing a doily crop top. Crazy.
How many people do you know who can pull off a pot holder crop top?
You. What?
Oh, I love
I
that.
would love to see Shakti's orders for that. And it's just you. They made one.
I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know who this is for, but I saw it and I was like, maybe that's me, and I put it on and I was like, yes, it is.
And you're like, hello there, stranger.
I was like, should I be doing porn?
What a weird niche of like Amish themed porn you would get to do.
Yeah,
Just so much wrist and ankle.
yeah. Sarah Vain and Tall. Sarah. Sarah Plain and Bathroom Stall. It's a bathroom themed porn.
Oh my god, wait, can I introduce my new drag name?
Oh yeah, I wish you would.
Command Strips.
Command strips. If you don't come on stage with a Home Depot apron,
Oh,
I'm
what are
walking
you
out.
even living?
I'm
Yeah,
walking
no.
out.
No, I would boycott it.
Yeah, with one of those rolling carts that you used to put like, you know what I mean? The orange rolling carts that you used to put wood on.
It's just me.
Yeah, and you plant someone in the office to like, or you plant someone in the audience, the office. You plant someone in the audience to come on stage and ask you where the concrete mounts are. You know?
Ooh, I'll be like, right here, ma'am. Why am I a drag king in this scenario? Because I don't have a choice.
Well, command strips, I mean, it's very butch. It's also like boylesque because it has strips in it.
Ooh, yeah. I would strip and I would take off one flannel shirt and there'd be another flannel shirt underneath.
Oh, effort. And you know what? If someone puts that kind of effort into seduction, you better hold on to them tightly because that is a gift. All right?
I love when people combine like camp with burlesque. Like,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
What was it Clinica Deprecious? Who did that number where she was frozen?
Yes, I love Clinica. I don't remember what the song was though.
But it was like, I'm frozen, and then she stayed frozen the entire number.
Yeah, as soon as that word happened, as soon as that lyric came up in the song, she would just be frozen in a chair for the whole time.
It was brilliant.
And then people would just, the rest of the cast was instructed to come out and interact with her and either like, do this in front of her face or like wheel the chair around. Like we were told you can literally do anything to me as long as you don't like knock me out of the chair.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was so genius.
Oh my God. Such a genius number. I did see a really great drag number unrelated from someone who had an amazing costume, and they were Roz from Monsters Inc. The woman doing the paperwork.
Oh yes. Oh, that's amazing. That's perfect. I love that.
That was it. She just did paperwork the whole time, but she was in like the full slug outfit.
Incredible. That's what
yeah,
I think we need to start saying more by saying less.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a big fan of art that is really impactful or funny or memorable or whatever, and the concept is so painfully simple.
Yep. And speaking of effort, that takes so much effort to create.
Yeah.
But it's so much more impactful, I think.
Yeah. One of my favorite numbers is also Clinica. She does Firework by Katy Perry, but the first line in the song is "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?" And the whole song is just edited. "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, plastic bag, plastic?" And she's dressed in plastic bags, and that's it. It's so funny.
I've seen that number. It's a good number.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're in Columbus, Ohio, or the surrounding cities, please see Clinica Depressus.
Yes, another
or anywhere else.
Another unpaid sponsorship. Girl, I want residuals. Where's the check, honey?
She'll just drop off a bag of plastic bags.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, girl. So, what is your advice for when you're struggling to find motivation for effort in a relationship?
I think the first thing you should ask yourself is, do I really need to be doing this? You know? Where does this fit into the vision board? Because your vision board has a set amount of surface area, and you can only fit so many activities onto it. So, you know, like, to use a very practical example, I have, you know, am I going to be able to be like a goth princess, a school marm, on the cast of Roseanne, and like a 1950s housewife? Like, maybe scale it back. You know what I mean? What is your brand really? Maybe you just want to be Elvira, Mistress of the Dark for a while.
Yeah. Bear it down. What did you call me? Militant executive?
Militant executive, yeah.
Maybe I just want to be militant.
Oh, I love that. Oh, please give me camo pants. Mama, give me Doc Martens. I really want to see you in...
I was never a Doc Marten lesbian, and I think I missed out.
I think you still can be. You're talking like it's over. Girl.
I mean, it's not over, but I think there's a comfortability in your 20s when you start being a Doc Marten lesbian. It's hard to go back. I'd probably look like a baby duck. You know those baby ducks that lose their feet and then they give them fake wooden shoes?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, this duck lost its
fake wooden duck shoes? What?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We're not leaving until I find it.
Okay.
Hold on. So this duck lost its feet in a
motorcycle accident. Yeah.
Not a motorcycle accident. But no, it's just wooden ducks. No, I want real duck. No.
Oh my God.
I can't find that.
Well, let me give the real advice on effort as you're doing that. So I think that life is all about balance, right? You know, that the gaggity goopery is the best advice in life is often the simplest and the things that you've heard before. So like there's a lot of balance with life, and so if you want to do a certain thing, you have to ask yourself, okay, well, how does that, like, if you want to do more of a certain thing, you have to do less of something else. And then you probably need more, if you're the type of person that likes to pack a schedule, you probably need more downtime than you realize. Because if you're packing the schedule all the time, like, you're going to slowly make yourself insane.
I can't find the picture of the duck with the wooden shoes. And then I Googled a bunch of stuff, and apparently there was a duck boat accident where not everybody survived. So I'm going to have to get back to you on the photo of it. But the boat took his flippers off. So then they made little shoes for him, little sneakers, out of like wood so he could live. And it was very cute. And he had these little shoes.
So did he just have like sticks?
No.
He just had 2 sticks for legs. That poor duck. He's just walking around on toothpicks.
Yeah.
That does sound really difficult. It does.
I don't know. I've seen some of your burlesque shoes. I think you could do it. Oh, I don't even know how we got here. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how do we close with that? Girl, what's your advice on effort?
No, you gave great advice. And we're going to end with my Beaker impression. Thank you all for tuning into the din.
Oh, all right. Take care of yourselves. Don't pack your schedules too tight. Remember to stay hydrated. Bye.